What's up, everybody? Back to the Big Uglies YouTube channel. Here today we got the E36 again. It's getting some more mods. We have what is the GR. I believe they are called the adapter lockout kit, whatever they are. Basically, put the outer tie rods closer in so you get more angle. This is the actual kit here. It's pretty simple. These two bolt to your control arm or whatever's down there, and then this part is where the actual tie rod will go through. And it comes with hardware also to attach this to the control arm down there. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get it up in the air now and get the wheels off. Then after we get the wheels off, we'll take out the tie rods. I know you probably got to cut them and shorten them. And we're at my shop today with the alignment machines. After we're done, we're going to do a quick wheel alignment on the front just to get it all nice and straight. Like I said, the car's going up in the air today. We got a special guest today in the building. We got Frankie over here. Got him out from fucking making babies out here. Actually helping us on the E36 today. He's going to be recording for me while I show you guys what to do. He's going to be helping me all day. So we're getting it up in the air and get to business.
Getting her all lubed up. Currently we can't get it off with the vice grips and a sledge, so Tony is resorting to heat.
Torture, boy. Man, that thing was a pain in the ass. Towards the end of the tie rod, the nut did not want to come off. So I got some heat. As you can see, it just popped right off. So now I have to remove the coilover to get to the lower ball joint nut. Because this right here is actually going to go over the lower ball joint nut, and then it's going to bolt into where the factory tie rod would go. And then from there, tie rod will bolt into this bracket, which something like that once it's all done. And you can see it pushes it in about an inch or two, so you actually have more steering angle than from before the factory location. So what I like to do, once you get the nut off for the top of the strut mount, don't start pounding on the nut because you're actually going to mushroom the head. You'll never be able to get the nut back on without cutting new threads. So thread that nut back on there, just a little bit. So it's even with the threads. Now, take your hammer, the nut on there, take your hammer. Now it comes right off. And now, gently, I said gently, tap on the nut, the bolt, come right out of there. Got it out. Now your spindle is completely off the car. You can see, pull that off. There you go. Now it's completely off the car. I see I got a broken wire for my, I think it's my brakes or ABS. I don't know. So now all you have to do is get this nut down here off the ball joint. I'm gonna try it without heat because I really don't want to heat up the ball joint too much because lower control on this thing are not fun. If I have to replace them, I'm actually going to get the E36 lower control arms. They're a little bit longer, which gives you more angle also. It's a nice angle kit. It's a DIY angle kit, really. Well, it's nice that the parts are really common, so you can go to the auto parts store if they break and go get a new one instead of having to call, you know, WiseFab or whoever to get a new angle kit. I'm not saying, you know, WiseFab is a lot better, but for us budget guys, shit looks pretty good. So we got Frankie's prayers over here. Save the day. I put some heat on that ball joint nut and it actually came right off way easier than I thought it'd be. So pretty happy about that. I got the bracket here where it's gonna be now. You can see up there, there's still plenty of thread for it to be safe. So once that nut goes back on there, it's gonna be like just like factory. You can see then the other bolt is gonna go right here. Not this bolt, but you can see right through there. Little bolt right there. It's gonna be all nice. And then this tie rod's gonna go right in that hole. So you can see about 2 inches of difference right there. That's gonna be a big difference once I get on the line machine all straight. I'm gonna put it on the turntables. Let's see how much angle does it actually have now. I'm gonna try and find some stock specs and try and compare them. Actually a stud out of the car. It's kind of funny. So right there, and then this other nut that came off of right here, it's out of the 18. It's gonna go right there. But I have to get out of the socket first. Get that in a minute. I'm cool with that.
Your seawall guy.
Never here. Making fucking pizzas probably.
Pizza Hut.
Streets closed, pizza boy. Alright, looks pretty good to me. Fucking send it home. Remember, if it's cross-threaded, just keep going. They ain't coming out. And this lock on this extension sucks ass. Doesn't even lock anymore.
Keep going out.
Hell yeah. Harbor Freight, daddy.
Nothing wrong with that.
Sounds good to me, right? Still, I hope that strut clears, but it should though. And this, once I get it cut and shortened in, it's gonna go right there in that hole. I already checked it. It goes through just fine. But it's all in there. Now it's gotta just throw that strut back in place.
So
Okay.
What's your opinion on the eBay kit?
It fit really, really nice, man. I'm really surprised. I think the hardest part's coming up because the car's a little old. It's probably original or just about there. It's gonna be separating this tie rod from the inner, the outer from the inner. Probably gonna heat up right here in this joint. That's where the threads go into it. Make it real hot. Get a pair of vice grips on this side, a pair of vice grips on this side. And then when I turn it, it's gonna push that vice grip up against this control arm. Be able to just sneak it right out. Cool off real quick so it doesn't go into the boot and destroy the seals. After I get that done, I gotta cut 5/8 of an inch off of the end of this tie rod. Then once that's cut off, man, just thread this back on, put it up in the hole, get the nut in there. It should be pretty much done. So right here where I'm heating up, this is where the actual threads are at inside the outer. If you don't have heat, just try and use a lot of WD-40 first. Okay. So that'll really help too. You want to cool it off. You don't want all that heat to go into your outer tie rod. It'll make the joint go bad. Probably hot water now. Like. More water. It's tight. One side done. Get this wheel straight. See how far off. The driver's side is complete. The wheel's back on. Honestly, it's not that bad. If you don't have heat though, it's probably gonna be kind of a major pain in the ass. But so far, it's going pretty smooth. Yeah, there's a little, you know, things here and there, but we're working through them. I got the wheel off now. I'm about to take off the nut on the tie rod. I have a new tie rod for the side I bought like a couple months ago. I just haven't had time to put it on. So I'm gonna go ahead and take off the nut, unscrew the tie rod, cut the inner, install this piece. So, same thing like the other side. If you do one side, you can do the other. Because last week, I got hit some metal in my eye. I had to go to the hospital, use the drill, drilled out. My eye's still dilated. You don't want that shit. Now this side, you can see I didn't hammer it down. Because when you leave the nut on there to hammer it down, you save the threads on the tie rod. But since I'm going to replace this tie rod, I don't give a shit about it. So I'm going to go ahead and hammer it down. I don't care if it mushrooms because it's coming out one way or another. Yeah, here, come here, show them this. So, you can tell on the camera now, but you can see the side mushroom down. That's why you don't want to go start hitting threads all crazy like that. Because see what this side right here, it's all pushed down. So that will fuck it up pretty good. And you'll never get that nut back on without cutting it and going off fresh and all that shit. So better off just, you know, be safe, keep the nut on there and hammer the nut. Because you can always go buy another nut, but you can't go buy another tie rod. You can, but you know, it takes time and money. Some you like to save here on Big Uglies. We're cheap asses.
That we are.
That's why I have a fucking 95 rusty ass BMW. But I love it. It's all man. Don't lose any of your nuts either, or washers, or bolts, because the BMW, it's an odd ass size. Shit can get really annoying real fast. Just finding metric from where we're at is kind of hard sometimes. They have a very limited selection, and if it's fine thread like BMW, you're not gonna find it. I'm gonna heat it up again.
Heat.
Just because it saved us
Makes
from
it
the
a
last
lot
one.
easier. Whoa, I almost fell.
Huh?
Almost fell. Tony's water on the ground.
Slippery as fuck. I ain't fucking around now. Kinda close?
Oh, got quite a bit of thread left, but still.
I don't think they're pulling that much though, man. This is all in. So you know that the threads aren't stopping it. Probably needs more heat. Kind of a letdown. We're kind of stuck right now. I have the tie rods adjusted all the way to the inside, and the wheels are still cocked out really bad. I didn't know it, but I was looking on the Driftworks shop. They're supposed to have E36 lower control arms, and they're like $100 some a piece. I'm not gonna do it. So what I'm gonna do tomorrow is I'm gonna cut the outer tie rod in half. That way it's shorter, so that I can thread hopefully more on the more onto the inner. If that doesn't work, I'll probably cut the inner a little bit to get it to suck in more. But I gotta get those wheels somewhat close, so when I get it on the alignment rack right now, I can get it closer. But I'm beat, Frankie's beat, so call me tomorrow in the morning and take a jab at it. Day 45 here, just kidding. Day 3 of the E36 angle kit. The knife that you guys seen like 5 seconds ago, that was terrible. We got it all back together. Getting the brackets on wasn't bad. It was actually getting the tie rods to line up. You see the problem we were having, the wheels were like this. So, because I guess that I went to a different website, not the eBay one, and you got to use E46 lower control arm, which I had no idea. So they're like $100 a piece or whatever. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that. So luckily, I got away with cutting the tie rods. I cut the outers more so that they came in or more in on the inners, farther in. But the problem though is the inners were out too far. So I cut the inners. I made a mistake. I cut too much on one of the inners, so I actually had to replace it and buy a new one. So that was a whole nother like hour to replace it. But finally I got it all done. It aligned out just fine. It's nice. It did give me more angle. At first I was like, I didn't really, couldn't really tell because I didn't do it before and after. But now it's kind of funny is I'll do a full like turn, lock, and then it's actually touching on the inner fender. So I'll show you guys, I'll start it real quick, and I'll turn the wheel, show you what I'm talking about. So, the wheels don't set out far enough. So that's full lock. The only reason that's full lock is because the tire is actually hitting inside of the fender on the frame. So this tire cannot go anymore. But the wheel actually has more in it to go. So what I have to do is, I'm gonna have to get some spacers on the wheels to make a farther offset. I'll probably have to clear into the fender then. But the car does need to be raised though, because I have some really bad angle from when it comes out of the rack, it goes to tie rods. It is like it's like this now. So I raise it up, it should go like that. So that downwards angle, that's not very good. And the upwards angle, whatever it is. So I gotta fix that. But overall, it's good. I was out doing some slides last night, and the angle is way crazy. It's nice. It's way better than stock. So hopefully I'll spin out less and be able to have more controlled car. But probably next what I'll do is I'll do the rack spacers. I'm probably gonna have to clearance where the frame goes, cut out the tubs inside the fenders. But other than that, it's probably gonna get some crazy offset wheels so that I can actually use all the angle. But until next time, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time. But let's thank Frankie once again for coming out here, putting a tire on his car. His tire was all fucking mangled.
Don't ride on flats.
Yes. Even though it's low profile, so it looks like it's full of air, it's really not.